Satanael is a figure mainly found in Gnostic story. In Bogomilism, he is said to be an archangel and one of God's two sons. The other son is Michael. At first, Satanael had an important place in heaven, but he became ambitious and wanted to make his throne higher than God's. He aimed to have equal power as God. Because of this, Satanael rebelled against God. In response, God cast him out of heaven. After his exile, Satanael created lower heavens and the earth, where he became the ruler. Some people believe that Satanael was Satan's angelic name before Michael, the archangel, defeated him and took away the L from his name, which showed he lost his angelic nature. In some Gnostic story, Satanael first served under Yaldabaoth. Later, he rebelled against Yaldabaoth. When he discovered that Yaldabaoth was not the true god, Satanael then gave humans knowledge to free themselves from Yaldabaoth control.
Be gone.
Mercurius, also called Mercury, is an important god in Roman religions and mythology. He is one of the 12 main gods in the Roman pantheons, known as the Deconcentis. Mercury is the god of money, speech, communication, travelers, trickery, and thief. He guides souls to the underworld and acts as the messenger of the god. He is often shown holding a caduceus staff in his left hand. The Greek god Hermes is his Greek counterpart. In later times, the caduceus became the symbol for the planet Mercury. It was also used in astrology, alchemy, and astronomy to represent the planet and its related metals. The caduceus wand is believed to be able to wake those asleep and put awake people to sleep. If touched to the dying, it brought a peaceful death. If used on the dead, it could bring them back to life. Mercury is often linked to the Philosopher's Stone, a legendary substance in alchemy. This mythical material was believed to turn ordinary metals such as mercury into gold or silver. Alchemists also thought it could create an elixir of life that could bring youth and immortalities. For centuries, finding the Philosopher's Stone was the ultimate goal of alchemy. It symbolized perfect creation, divine knowledge, and ultimate happiness. The creation method for the Philosopher's Stone was called magnum opus, or the great work. But you know what else is a magnum opus? You hitting that subscribe button and turning on the bell notification. That way, you'll be notified whenever I upload more videos like this one.
Holy fucking shit.
Seiten Taisei is a title given to Sun Wukong, the main character from the famous novel Journey to the West. If those names don't sound familiar, you might know him as the Monkey King. At the top of the Flower Fruit Mountain, there was a celestial stone. One day, the stone created a magical egg.
How? How? I don't know.
The egg hatched into a monkey with amazing ability and great intelligence. This monkey soon stood out among the other monkeys. While exploring, he and the other monkeys found a waterfall. Instead of leaving, the monkeys jumped right into the waterfall. There, he discovered the waterfall curtain cave. Impressed by his bravery, the other monkeys called him the Monkey King. As the Monkey King grew older, he became aware of his mortality. The thought of death made him determined to seek immortalities and greater powers. He traveled far and wide until he found the Grand Master of Bodhi. Though reluctant at first, the master accepted him as a student and named him Sun Wukong. Under the master's guidance, Sun Wukong learned many magical skills. This includes the way of immortality and the ability to ride the somersault cloud. With his new powers, Sun Wukong became arrogant. His pride led him to cause chaos in heaven. He defeated the heavenly army sent to stop him and declared himself Seiten Taisei, meaning the great sage equal to heaven. This defiance caught the attention of Buddha, who confronted him. Sun Wukong demanded to rule heavens, so Buddha proposed a bet. If Sun Wukong could jump off Buddha's hands and reach the edge of the universe, he could rule heaven. But if he failed, he would face punishment. Confident in his ability, Sun Wukong accepted. He leaped high into the sky and flew for a long time. Finally, he saw 5 giant pillars and thought they marked the end of the universe. To prove his journey, he wrote Sun Wukong was here on one pillar. Then he returned, certain of his victory. Back on Buddha's palm, Sun Wukong bragged about winning. But Buddha revealed the truth. The 5 pillars were actually his fingers, and Sun Wukong had never left his hand. As punishment for his arrogance, Buddha trapped Sun Wukong under a mountain for 500 years. This punishment was meant to teach him humility and patience before he could join Chuosang on a new journey. Hecate is a goddess from ancient Greek religion and mythology. Evidence suggests she may have originated from Anatolia. In art, she is often shown holding torches, a key, or a snake. and is accompanied by dogs. Later artists depict her with 3 bodies or forms. Hecate is associated with crossroads, the moon, ghosts, and witchcraft. As a triple goddess, she rules the 3 phases of the moon before she became associated mainly with the dark moon. She could see the past, present, and future. She also presides over the sea, earth, underworld, and sky. There is an ancient ritual that involved leaving food for her at a crossroad where 3 paths meet. People perform this ritual when making important decisions or before a journey. Hecate was believed to offer guidance through her powers of prophecy and vision. Hecate is a chthonic deity, meaning she is connected to the earth and the underworld. In ancient Greek culture, dogs were often linked to this realm. People believe that the howling of dogs announced her arrival, strengthening their association with her. In the past, dogs were also frequently sacrificed to Hecate in rituals across various regions of Greece. This practice showed their importance as offering to the goddess. One myth tells the story of Hecuba, a queen of Troy. After Troy failed, she was captured and avenged her son by killing the Thracian king. As punishment, the locals stoned her. Hecate intervened and transformed Hecuba into a black dog. In this form, she became loyal companion of the goddess. This story emphasized the theme of mercy and loyalty, as Hecuba became known as Hecate Faithful Hound. Shakespeare also mentioned Hecate in his play A Midsummer Night's Dream before the end of the 16th century. Later, she appeared again in his famous play Macbeth. In Macbeth, Hecate is described as the queen or leader of the 3 witches who guide Macbeth with their prophecy. However, some scholars believe Hecate's role was not part of Shakespeare's original version of Macbeth. They think it may have been added later, possibly by another writer, when the play was included in the first folio. Kamu Susano-o is the god of storm in Japanese mythology. He is the brother of Amaterasu, the sun goddess, and Tsukuyomi, the moon god. Kamu Susano-o is the same deity as Yosuke persona Susanoo. Fitting because I always get Yosuke and Yusuke confused with each other. The Kamu part of his name means god in Old Japanese. This version of Susanoo with Kamu in his name only appear in a writing called Izumo no Kuni Fudoki. Susanoo's story is marked by a series of mischievous and destructive acts that ultimately led to his banishment from the heaven realm. He caused chaos in heaven and upset the other gods, this including bullying Amaterasu into hiding in a cave, which plunged the world into darkness. Susanoo is also famous for slaying a giant serpent called Yamata no Orochi. I've already shared a full story in my video explaining every advanced persona in Persona 4. You can find a link in the top right corner of this video. Make sure to check it out after finishing this one. Anat is an important goddess from the ancient Northwest Semitic region. She is known as a goddess of war, fertility, and love. Anat is said to be the daughter of Chief El and the sister of Baal, the storm god. In many stories, she is a powerful figure with both nurturing and destructive traits. She is especially admired for her skill in battle. In one story, Anat helped Baal in his quest for kingship against Yam, the sea god and Baal's main rival. With Anat's support, Baal defeated Yam and secured his place as king of the gods. However, the story takes a tragic turn when Baal is killed by Mot, the god of death. With Baal gone, the earth became dry and drought spreads. Without Baal, who brings life-giving rain, the land became infertile. When Anat finds Baal's dead body, she is filled with grief. Her sorrow quickly turned into anger, and she decided to take revenge on Mot. Anat confronts him and demanded he return Baal. But Mot refused. Determined, Anat fights Mot and defeats him. This victory not only avenges Baal but also brings him back to life. By defeating Mot and reviving Baal, Anat ensured the return of the rain and fertility to the earth. Her action restored life, allowing crops to grow and sustaining the cycle of life in the myth. Prometheus, whose name means forethought, was one of the Titans. The Titans were ancient gods who existed before the Olympians. During a 10-year war between the Titans and the Olympians, Prometheus sided with Zeus and the Olympians. He realized that the Titans could not win against the stronger Olympians. To secure his freedom and gain Zeus' favor, Prometheus used to support him. According to Pseudo Apollodorus, Prometheus created the first humans by mixing earth and water. He shaped them to look like the gods, but without the divine powers. The lifeless clay figures were then given life. Some myths say Prometheus did this himself, while others created the goddess Athena. Creating their physical form was just the start of Prometheus' gift to to humans. He made sure they had the knowledge and tools to survive and grow. He taught them how to build, study the star, use numbers, heal the sick, and many other skills. This lesson turned them from simple being into a thriving civilization. But humans still lacked one important thing: fire. Fire was a symbol of knowledge, warmth, and civilization, but it belonged only to the gods. Prometheus knew fire could help humans grow even more, so he made a bold choice to steal it. He climbed Mount Olympus and lit the torch, either from the sun or the forge of Hephaestus, depending on the story. Then he brought it down to earth. With fire, humans could stay warm, make stews, cook food, and do many other things to improve their life. When Zeus discovered the thief, he was furious. He decided to punish Prometheus. Prometheus' punishment was cruel and harsh. He was chained to a mountain. Each day, an eagle, a symbol of Zeus' power, would swoop down and eat his liver. Since Prometheus was immortal, his liver would grow back every night. The next day, the eagle would return to repeat the torture. This suffering was meant to go on forever. Astarte is a well-known goddess in Middle Eastern mythology. She represents both love and war, and is often shown as a fierce warrior and a symbol of fertility. Her Akkadian counterpart is Ishtar. Astarte's worship dates back to the Bronze Age. She was honored in many forms across the ancient Mediterranean. She was seen as both a warrior and a hunter and was often paired with Anat, another goddess with similar traits. In the Baal cycle, Astarte joined Anat in divine feasts and hunting trips. This story shows her as both nurturing and combative. While she plays an important role in the story, she is often overshadowed by Anat. In the Bible, Astarte is called the Queen of Heaven, especially in the book of Jeremiah. The text shows that her worship was common, particularly among women. Many believe that honoring Astarte brought them prosperity. Kadmon is not a physical being, but a spiritual entity that symbolized the first emanation of divine light from gods. Before the world was made, only God's light exists. This light was reduced to make room for creation. Kadmon is the first form of this light, filled with pure potential and serving as a pattern for all human souls. In Jewish mysticism, the concept of the four worlds represents each spiritual realm in Kabbalah. Sometimes a fifth realm, Kadmon, is added, making them the five worlds. These worlds represent a chain of existence, each lower than the one above it. Inside them are multiple spheres called a Sephiroth. These are qualities of gods, like wisdom and understanding, through which God connects to the world. Kadmon is shown as having this Sephiroth in a form that looked like a human, showing the link between gods and people. Kadmon is different from Adam Harrison, the first man created from dust in the Bible. Adam Harrison represents physical life, while Kadmon stands for higher spiritual realities. Kadmon reflects divine essence, while Harrison reflects earthly existence. In Kabbalah, Kadmon play a key role in creation. It acts as a bridge between God and the material world, helping divine energy flow into the universe. Humans are seen as small versions of the universe, while Kadmon represent the larger universe. This idea shows that understanding ourselves can help us learn more about the life and gods. Pandora is an important figure in Greek mythology. She is known as the first woman created by the gods. Hephaestus, the god of fire and craftsmanship, made her at the request of Zeus. Zeus created Pandora as a punishment of Prometheus, who has stolen fire from the god and giving it to humans. This was Zeus' way of making humans suffer in return for the fire. Following the creation of Pandora, each Olympian gods give her special gift. Athena taught her craft and dressed her in fine clothing. Aphrodite gave her beauties and charm. Hermes gave her cunning and the ability to deceive. The name Pandora means all gifted or all endowed, representing the many gifts she received. Some also believe the name also reflects Zeus' plan to use her as a punishment gift for humans after Prometheus gave man fire. After arriving on Earth, Pandora married Epimetheus, the brother of Prometheus. Even though Prometheus has warned Epimetheus not to accept gifts from the gods, he could not resist Pandora's beauties. Zeus also gave Pandora a jar and instructed her to never open it, which is a true ancient reverse psychology power play by him. Eventually, Pandora, who was gifted so many gifts, accept the gift of self-control, give into her curiosity. She opened the jar, releasing all evil of the world, disease, war, and suffering. However, one thing remained inside: hope, which has been interpreted as necessary to counterbalance human suffering. Now you're wondering, wasn't it a box that Zeus gave to Pandora and not a jar? You can check out the Patos section in the next video to find out why that isn't the case.
I'm not your doll anymore.
In Norse mythology, Vanadis, also known as Freya, is a goddess linked to love, beauty, fertility, war, gold, and cedar. Like Sumire, who had a twin sister, Freya had a twin brother named Flare. Freya owns the legendary necklace Bright Singamen. She rides a chariot pulled by two cats and is accompanied by a boar, Hildiswinis. She also has a cloak made of falcon feathers, a feature shown in her persona design. The cloak of falcon feathers allows Freya to transform into falcon and fly across the 9 worlds. This shows her connection to the skies and her ability to move between realms with ease. Her power to fly represents independence and freedoms. It reflects her role as a goddess of love and war, capable of moving between earthly and divine realms. Freya often lends her feather cloaks to other gods. For example, Loki once borrowed it to turn into a falcon. Using the cloak, he rescued the goddess Idun from a giant named Thiazi. Freya ruled over folk Vanir, her heavenly field. Here, she received half the warriors who die in battles. The other half goes to Odin Hall, Valhalla. In folk Vanir, Freya Hall, Sislumnia, is said to be spacious and welcoming. It provides a peaceful place for chosen souls to gather. Freya selects her chest of the fallen, often choosing those who show courage or die for noble reasons. Odin's, on the other hand, prefers warriors known for their exceptional bravery and skill in combats. The chemical elements, vanadiums, would later be named after Vanadis because of the many beautiful chemical compounds containing it.
Mona-senpai, can you fly? But I'm a car! There's no way I can... No. It's now or never. I have to fly!